Hey, welcome back everyone. I'm Ishan Sharma and I will be turning 19 in about 19 days. And that's exciting for me because I'm growing older, right? But in this video, I want to talk about what all I have learned, what all I have observed people do, what all I think is important to understand as you grow up, right? So I just want to share that knowledge with you in this video. Again, I'm not trying to be, preachy. I'm not trying to teach something to you. No, I'm not giving some sort of like life advice to people. I'm just thinking about what all I've learned. I've made a list of things that I want to discuss in this video. Okay, so yeah, let's just jump into the video. Okay, now the number one thing that I realized is that the most important assets in your life is number one your freedom, and number two is your time, right? The most important things in life are these. What most people and what the school and what the college has prepared us for is to get a job, basically, right? It's just to work at a 9 to 5 job that pays for whatever we want to do. And as a result of this, what most people become is that they become slaves to money, right? And they are chasing money. When you do that, one thing that happens is that you can only earn as much money in a year when you spend your time to get money. Okay, you're spending your time, basically you're spending a part of your life to get the money, right? And whatever you want to do with money, you will do it. But the most important thing to take away from this is that you have to find out ways in which this relation of time, the more time you put in, the more money you will get, is not relatable to each other. Because if you do this, you won't ever be able to earn a lot of money. Okay, and you might say that I'm like a greedy person and all that, but no, I'm just talking about things that I've observed people do. What I've observed is that people just work for their jobs and then they'll get that money, and yeah, I mean, they're just spending their lives in chasing money. And so that can be changed, and there are multiple ways to change that, right? That is something that I have realized. Now, moving on, I think the second thing that I have learned is that, again, I get to interact with a lot of people. Okay, people who are into the software development industry, people who are in the marketing world, people who are older than me, people who are younger than me. And so I get to meet with all of these people, and so I get to learn a lot about their mentality, about their thought process, about life. And again, with the help of my podcast and with the help of this YouTube channel. So basically, the next thing that I realize is that it's okay to be different. Okay, you don't have to be like everyone else, right? Like looking at what I do at my college, I am not like most other college people. I'm not the person that you will find chilling at beaches in Goa every single weekend. I'm not the person who will be, eating pizzas and having burgers and cold drinks and all, and just going through life. you know I'm not that kind of person. That's just who I am, and that just might be 1% of the whole college, and that's completely okay. I don't have to be like every other person out there. This is something that I realized when I came to college. Okay, I was different. I like to do different stuff. I like to make videos. I like to talk to people. I like to interact. I like to network with people. I like to learn about other people. And yeah, I just want to create stuff for people. I want to create things that I didn't have when I was at a younger age, right? I want to do that. That is something that really excites me. That is something that keeps me going out there. And the sad reality is that most people are just not like that, and that's completely fine. I'm different. I understand that, and I'm completely fine with that. The only issue is that many people don't pursue what they want to do because they are afraid of judgment, right? Like, I have so many friends in my college, and basically what like, let's just say I have this person who was great at one particular thing, and I was like, hey, why don't you just make a course and put it out on Udemy so that other people can also learn from you? And that person was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not good enough. I don't think I can do that. And like, just they just don't have the confidence to just approach people and just do stuff, try and experiment. And that just moves on to the third point that I realized, and that is it's important to have that curiosity, and it's important to have that exploring mind. Okay, it's sort of important for you to keep exploring stuff at such a young age. At when you're in school, when you're in college, it's really important that you stay curious, and it's really important that you ask questions. That is something that I feel like not a lot of people are doing. What most people do is that they just go to their lectures and then they come back and then they just do what everyone else is doing and whatever they are told to do, and then they just let life act on them. And I just don't understand why. I mean, I try so hard to try different stuff. I mean, how can you even imagine that an engineer like me is going and doing marketing for startups and for companies? Like, that is, and again, especially in first year of college, that is different. How can you imagine an 18-year-old writing a book on LinkedIn, right? I mean, even I cannot imagine, but I'm doing it. So like, that's what I want to talk about. People are just not exploring enough stuff. People are just not staying curious, right? I just had this dream. I was like, how amazing would it be if I could get a chance to talk to some amazing people in this industry of tech or non-tech also, right? And that is why I went on to create this podcast. I first of all searched about it. How do you get this thing going? How much does it cost? Can I do it for zero money? And I learned a lot about these things, and as a result of that, I was able to do this. Now, most people just don't have the knowledge, first of all, and then even if they don't have the knowledge, that's completely all right. So the second thing is that they just don't even have the curiousness to go out there and search for things, right? So that's just the third thing that I think is really important to understand. And now the fourth thing I want to talk about is the fact that when I was a little kid, I still remember I used to see my friends having those PSPs and the PlayStations, PS3 and PS4, whatever they're called, and I used to look at that, and I used to ask my father that, hey dad, can you buy me one, and can I actually get this from you? And obviously he used to say no in front of me, and that used to become a sort of hurdle for me, a sort of roadblock for me, and I used to feel sad about that. I was like, if I could just get that PS4 or PS3, if I could just play that game, life would be so amazing. And I used to imagine that every single time. Another instance is that when I wanted my father to buy me an iPad, I used to think that how amazing would it be if I could have my own iPad. I would be able to do so many things. I would be able to study for IIT JEE so much better because I'll be able to make better notes. At least that's what I thought. And I would be able to do these amazing things with an iPad. The iPad came and I wasn't able to do much with it. And I thought that it would give me this happiness, and nothing really happened, right? Last year, I bought this laptop that I'm recording this video on, and I thought that would give me happiness. But it did not, right? It did not give me that sense of fulfillment. What did give me a sense of fulfillment is creating stuff, okay? Is building things. I think that gave me a real sense of satisfaction. When I made that first Flappy Bird artificial intelligence model, that made me real happy. I still remember that day. It was a movie night at my college. There was some sort of movie that was aired by the clubs, okay, and so everyone in the college went to watch this movie, while I was the only person who was sitting in my room coding out that model on my laptop, and I was trying to get it right, and I was trying to achieve the maximum efficiency, wanted to optimize it as much as possible, and then it worked. It got more than 90%, and I was really happy with that. And I looked at that, and I was feeling so much more satisfied with my work. That is what gave me real happiness. And so basically what I want to tell you here is that you really won't get happiness from external things, okay? Like buying a new phone or buying a new laptop. All of these things won't give you happiness. Yes, they will give you ways to express yourselves. They will give you a platform to do stuff, but what you do after that is really interesting, and that is what really matters. So yeah, I think that is really important to understand, okay? The fifth thing that I think is really important for everyone to understand is the fact that the most important thing is your health. It is your body. It is your ability to express yourselves, right? You as a person, this form of yours is really important, and you must preserve it. You must try your best to bring it to its best shape possible, right? And what I did till 12th class is that I was just not providing it in enough nutrition. By the age of 16, I was just eating too much calories. I was just taking up too much calories, and I was just not healthy. I was like a really fat person. I mean, you can see it somewhere here, right? I was a really fat student, and that's okay, right? Like, and what happened in 11th and 12th is that I went through this phase of having anxiety, right? I used to get less marks, so I was feeling anxious in myself, and I didn't used to eat enough food, and I used to work really hard on my assignments, on my problems, so as to get into IITs, which I thought will give me happiness. Again, external things and compliments and all things. So yeah, I think that is really important to understand. And once I moved to college, I realized that I will eat healthy stuff. Okay, and so every single day I would eat 2 to 3 bananas. I would take dry fruits. I would take these healthy things, healthy and nutritious diets that will keep me up every single day. I used to drink a lot of water. And so yeah, I think that's really important for anyone to understand at this age and at this time. So yeah guys, that is it from this video. That are all the main lessons that I have learned from my life, and so I just wanted to share this with you. Again, I'm not trying to be preachy, I'm not trying to give some sort of life advice to people. I'm just trying to share what I felt like and what I think is important for you to understand. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, but before that I want to make some goals that I want to accomplish by the next year at this exact time, at this exact date next year. Okay, so exactly, I want to first of all grow my own YouTube channel. Okay, I want to grow it to a place where I can use it as a means to live off independently, right? Basically, I want to have this financial independence with the help of my podcast and with the help of my YouTube channel. Number two, I want to write books. Okay, I want to publish a bunch of books, and I'm really excited about this because the first book is coming is LinkedIn, like crush it on LinkedIn. You can see it over here. But basically, I want to write a bunch of more books. I have the ideas in mind. I just want to execute it, right? And I think that's something that I've learned a lot. Yeah, right. Execution is really important. When you are not executing enough, you are just learning a bunch of stuff. I have seen so many people. They have these certifications, right? That I have deep learning .ai certification, and I'm a certified AWS architect or something, and I have learned all of these skills. But when you look at the projects that they've built, when you look at what they've actually applied on, you just realize that it's just not that much. Okay, and that is something that I think is really prevalent in every other person right now in college or at this particular age. People are not applying enough stuff. Okay, I really wish that people would do, but execution is really important. Okay, but anyways, that are my two goals, right? I want to publish a bunch of more books. I want to have financial independence. I don't think I will be able to do that, but I am working towards it, and let's see what happens. All right, thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you got some insights from this. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this? Am I like some sort of fake guru or something? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for being a supporter, a subscriber, a follower, or just a friend, right? Thank you so much for being there with me for this journey. The one quote that I want to leave you with before you go off is the fact that you right now and you 5 years later, the only difference between those two persons will be the books that you've read and the amount of people that you've met. Okay, understand about that, think about that, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.